Hello, people. I'm back with a recording today because I've had several things on my mind for the last couple of days. Some of this refers to being the black sheep of the family. Some of this has been about me and my integrity and what I feel for family. Family, for me, is important. If my family were in trouble, I would have been the first person who they would call. And I would, to be quite honest with you, I'd be ready, up and out, not even depending. I would just be up, ready and out, going to support them in whatever the difficulty they were experiencing. For me, family is important. Family was my life. And I really cannot believe the way, even now, the way that I'm being treated. I haven't spoken to my siblings for over 2 years. Over 2 years. And all of a sudden, I start getting emails saying that I'm breaking the family up. Saying that I ain't supposed to be doing this because at the moment, I'm living in a family home in Jamaica in which I spent a lot of money trying to bring it back up to some sort of living standard so we could all, hear what I'm saying, so that we could all live in some sort of comfort. But now, being the black sheep of the family, I'm being told that I can't do this and I can't do that, and that one of my siblings is going to come and start doing stuff to the house that I'm currently living in. People, this is a shame. This is a shame. I have been introduced to the awakening process for quite some time. And people, it is a learning process. It is difficult and it is a learning process. And it's a learning process about self, and that things have happened throughout life and that things are happening now. I can't believe, or I can. I'm going to have to stop saying I can't believe. But the awakening process is real. It's absolutely real. And for those people, thousands of people who are experiencing this, hang on. Don't give up. There are a lot of naysayers that will look at me and determine that I'm not real in terms of what I'm saying. What I and other thousands are experiencing is real. And the sooner you recognize this, the better. You naysayers, who say these wicked, horrible things are also toxic in some way. That you are able to diss and break people down for something that they are experiencing and is real. to them. Instead of wasting your energy on people that are trying to help humanity, take a rest and go off and do something constructive. Perhaps even for humanity. There are more people today that are starting to express themselves in terms of what they are experiencing regarding the awakening process. There is more in terms of what's going on in the media. At some point in the future, people will not be able to ignore the awakening process. They won't be able to. Because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people, as I speak, are starting to wake up. God, the universe, source, creator, is starting to make a stand. He's starting to make a stand. And you don't have to be religious to actually take on board what the awakening process is saying. Recently, and I would say within the last 2 weeks, I have come across people who have expressed themselves in terms of what the awakening is. They are saying similar things to me. I came across social media a guy called Roderick Martin. To my surprise, he was talking about demonic entities accessing thoughts, his thoughts, people's thoughts. When I listened to this guy, I was full of excitement, and at the same time, sadness came over me. Why? Because here I am, listening to somebody who has experienced things that I've experienced. I could have cried, because more people need to know about the awakening process. They really need to know, because it is real. And for you naysayers, if you don't get a grip of what's going on in front of you, then I feel sorry for you. I really feel sorry for you. And I don't usually speak like this because the awakening process is real. And within the awakening process, there's witchcraft. There's demonic activity. There is warlocks who don't care about what people are experiencing, what people are going through. All these people, these demonic people, these naysayers, these narcissists, all they care about is themselves. More people are starting to express themselves in terms of their experiences. In the last 2 weeks, yes, as I said, I've met several people. And even now, I look back at my experience and I treasure my experience because not a lot of people have experienced what I have to the depth that I have experienced in terms of witchcraft, sex magic, dealing with spirits of envy, spirits of fear. It's all now in my experience. And although it has been difficult, at this moment in time, coming through quite a lot of the seasons in terms of the awakening process, the fear and the doubt that I was experiencing some time ago is no longer present. But what is with me still is spiritual warfare. And I can tell now, through my experience, that I can pick out of my thoughts what are my thoughts and what are somebody else's thoughts trying to influence me in terms of my direction I want to go in. Spiritual warfare isn't funny if you experience it. But I do feel, and when I walk out in the community, that there is a change. There is a change in what people are talking about. There is a change in terms of what people know. There is a change in there is a change in how people are treating each other. And it is not nice. Not nice. I talk a lot about energy, frequency in my videos, in my recordings, because it is real. Some of the energies that are going around at the moment are fearful, full of doubt. Questioning you in terms of your pathway, making you feel doubtful about yourself. The energy is something that should not be played with. If you are experiencing anger, fear, doubt, anything that is negative towards you or even other people, then you really need to look at yourself and determine for yourself what is actually happening. Because these energies that are going around at the moment is serious. Very, very serious. I've caught myself becoming angry over something that I would not normally become upset about. This is the energy that is going around. My experience at this time, the fear I was experiencing has diminished. I feel calm and able to follow direction given to me by the universe. Although initially difficult, I am making headway in terms of my understanding pertaining to the awakening journey. The awakening journey is a journey in itself. My connection, and I'm talking out now, and this is my truth, because I know what my body's telling me. I know the downloads that I'm getting. I can feel my downloads. And when I'm getting a download, I can feel the frequency. My connection to God, to the universe, is becoming stronger. I must say that I'm still not sure about religion. Religion is not my forte. As a child, teenager, adulthood, I've never even picked up a Bible. But I have recently. But the Bible is not an easy read at all. And not an easy read. Although I determine myself, even now, even picking up the Bible and having a look, I'm not religious. I'm not religious at all. Which is what the awakening process is. It's based on religion. I was going to say that, it's too late for me to pick up a Bible and start reading, but it's not too late, really. It's just that, sometimes you just don't have the time in terms of what is going on in your life. But the awakening process is real. The times that we're living in is real. And I know there is a lot of people that have been affected by the awakening process. So, the awakening process is based on education of self, introducing you to the Bible. It then puts you through certain training about yourself and healing about yourself. Some of the things that you have encountered in your life, the awakening process will put you through elements of healing. The next stage of that is witchcraft. Which is frightening, fear, doubt. The next stage would be energetic energy. Teaches you about energetic energy. And that is not an easy process either. And although I have a good understanding of energetic energy, I am still learning. And I must say this, I am not a practicer of witchcraft. But in order to get to the stage where I've got now, the universe has put me through a form of education about witchcraft. It has been tough. The whole process has been tough. But I have the experience now that other people do not have. I have the understanding. I'm not saying that it's right either. But I have a knowledge base. I'm going off track slightly here because I have to say this now before it slips out of my mind. For those people who have subscribed to my channel recently, I thank you. And I hope that I am delivering a service, which is why you have subscribed to my channel. Thank you. And can I say If you resonate with what I'm saying, please share. Because the more people that is aware of what the awakening process is, involving the elements that I've talked about, particularly witchcraft, then share the information you receive from me. Some weeks ago, I done a recording saying that I had had enough of the sleepless nights, the involvement in witchcraft, because I am a victim of witchcraft. I had enough of people accessing my aura. I had enough of people that I'd come across that was trying to take me in a wrong decision, or wrong direction from where I wanted to go. I've become more determined in myself to follow my own path, along with the universe, along with God, along with you, the source, the creator. Without God, the universe, I would not be here. I know for a fact I would not be here. Some weeks ago, I made a recording. And what was going through my mind at that time was my own mental health, my own emotional health. I was tired, drained. But having thought about giving up, which is not something that I normally do, I'm quite a strong person. I thought to myself, I can't do this. I can't just stop, because what I'm feeling is real. The people that I've met that express themselves also are having an experience. Their experience is real. And if I gave up recording my experiences, then I would be doing a disservice to the people that I'd come across. Because these people that I've come across, we've met because we've all been of similar energy. And I could not forgive myself if I just closed everything down, when there's so much more to explore about what is actually going on and how we are going to deal with this in the future, because it's not going to go away. The evidence I have gathered is real. My experience in terms of witchcraft is real. The low density individuals I have come across are also real. And I have caught some of these people out. My experience involving my family is also real. I'm going to say that again. My experience in terms of my own family is real. They have been the catalyst to my conscious events, my conception in terms of my own reality around my family. The information I received from my siblings are so cold. It's like we've never had any contacts, ever. I am approaching 67 this year. I didn't ever think that this would happen to me in my life. That approaching 67, to say that we're all living two lives on this one planet. One is the seen, because you're watching me now, and the other is unseen, involving demonic entities, witchcraft. You don't have to just sit there and watch me, listen to me going on and on and on and on. You can do your own research. I urge you to do your own research in terms of what's going on. All you need to do is put into your search engine witchcraft practice today, for example. There's your start. To listen to me and then just turn me off and forget what you were watching would be a shame, because I can guarantee you that at some point in the coming years, somebody you know, maybe even a family member, is going to be affected by witchcraft. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. For those people, which is the main thing why I'm doing this recording today, is because there are people out there that know what they're experiencing now in their life is something they've never experienced before. They know what they're doing is wrong. And to be quite honest with you, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. But what you can do, don't be scared, because once you take control of whatever's going on in your life, the fear, the doubt, you will start taking back control of your life. Which is important. You have to take control. I know that you are in fear. I know you're concerned. But put that fear behind you. And what you can do is pray. I'm not saying you have to be religious. I'm going to say pray, but I'm going to actually change that to talk. Talk to the universe and tell the universe what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. Engage in meditation practice. You do not have to go to church to talk to the universe, to talk to God, to talk to the Creator. You don't have to go to church. But in order to help yourself, you have to open your mouth and talk. The universe, God, is loving, peaceful, caring, encouraging. If you are feeling that, you're on the right path. But if you're experiencing fear, you are engaging with some sort of demonic entity, because that's what they are about, creating fear. You do not have to go to church, as I've said, in order to show the universe, your heart. God, the universe, will accept you right now for who you are. You don't have to go and put your best clothes on. You don't have to do anything besides sit wherever you are and talk. You don't have to be at home. You can go for a walk, and whilst you're walking, you can talk and express yourself in terms of what you're feeling. The universe will listen and respond. The universe will listen and respond. The universe will not abandon you either, like so many other people in your life who have come in your life, abused you, abandoned you, upset you, taken a piece of your heart. God, the universe, the creator, will not do that. When I first became involved with the awakening process, even that itself, because it was something I wasn't used to experiencing, I was in fear of what was happening to me and where I was going and where I was going to end up. But the more I started to listen, read, take account of what my body was telling me, I started to believe what I was experiencing is real. Is real. Have belief and faith in your forward movement provided by the universe. Because, you know, people, sometimes I'm doing something and I will get a direction and I will follow it. I will follow it. And I will continue to follow the directions given to me. I've met a pastor through direction. I met another person. I went for a meal on my own, and this person just came and sat to me and started talking to me about his life transitions and what he's experiencing in terms of his family. And I just said to him, "Are you going through the awakening process?" And he just looked at me. He just looked at me. The guy was from Canada, taking a holiday in Jamaica. This meeting was organised by the universe. Just like the guy I met the other day, the woman I met at the beach who just came up to me and started talking to me about her problems. The person who I met down the road who was telling me that his partner was a witch and what she was doing to him. He just came up and started talking to me. So what I'm saying, this awakening process is real. So although it is difficult, don't give up, because the universe has got something for you to do. God has got something for you to do. Don't let him down and don't let yourself down. Because actually, being chosen, being a individual of the light, you are and will continue to be protected. You've got nothing to fear. God will not, the universe will not put you through situations that you are not able to deal with. That is fact. You have to protect your energy from this point going forward. I want to repeat that. You have to protect your energy from this point going forward, because the world we are living in is no longer the same as it was last month, last year, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. We are living in completely new circumstances. I was listening to a broadcast this morning by Greg Braden. Look him up. He used to be a scientist, and I actually believe he's a doctor now. So he's gone from being a scientist to a doctor, but he looks in terms of the awakening process in great detail. Look him up. I'm going to say this once more. What I am experiencing, and what other thousands and thousands of people who are now starting to express themselves on social media, what they are saying is real. I can't believe how quick the time goes. We are 37 minutes in, and I don't like recording past half an hour because it becomes trying for the listener, and I don't really want to do that. But what I'm going to say for the last thing is, I'm going to say today is to be careful about your energy, your alignment with the universe, because it's all based on energy. And just as much as you are aligning with the universe, you can actually align with something really dense. So you have to be careful. There are a lot of people today walking around in fear and doubt, wondering what is happening to them. And even now, having experienced that fear and doubt, they haven't got the foggiest, but they are scared to opening their mouths and expressing that they've been affected by something toxic, dense, evil. Just be careful. Careful in terms of what you do. Be careful who you let into your life. Because once they get into your life, that is it. It's hard to get them out. It's possible, but it's hard to get them out. Evil spirits are real. Jezebels are real. Warlocks are real. Witches are real. Spirits of envy. Spirits of delay. All real. Be careful. Please be careful. That's all I have to say today. I'll be back again soon. Take care.